She posted, "Ladies, always have a backup man," after texting me she was too sick for our date. I quietly booked a table beside hers. When her backup man walked in and I shook his hand, she nearly spilled her wine. I, 28 male, am currently sitting in my car outside my apartment complex, still processing what happened 3 hours ago. My girlfriend Natasha, 26, just played herself in the most spectacular way, and she doesn't even know the full extent yet. We've been together for 14 months. Not super long, but long enough that I introduced her to my family, helped her move apartments, and was planning to ask her to move in next month. Keyword was. Last Thursday, we had dinner plans at this nice steakhouse. Made reservations 3 weeks ago because the place is always packed. She loves their seafood pasta, mentions it constantly. At 4 p.m., 2 hours before our reservation, I get this text. "Babe, I'm so sorry. Woke up feeling awful. Think it's food poisoning from lunch. Rain check?" I replied, "Oh no. Want me to bring you soup? Gatorade? No, just need to sleep. Talk tomorrow." Seemed legit. She works in pharmaceutical sales, travels a lot, eats at random places. I canceled our reservation, ordered pizza, and settled in for a gaming night with my buddy Trevor online. Around 8 p.m., Trevor mentions his girlfriend is at some influencer event. I'm half listening, focused on not dying in our raid when he goes, "Wait, isn't that Natasha?" "What?" He sends me his girlfriend's Instagram story. There's a video of some wellness product launch party. And there, in the background, wearing the exact black dress I bought her for her birthday, is Natasha. Very much not sick, very much holding a martini, very much laughing at some dude's joke. My first instinct was anger, then confusion, then curiosity. I didn't text her, didn't call. Instead, I did something I'd never done before. I logged into my old Instagram account, barely use it, and checked her stories. Nothing posted. Checked her actual feed. Nothing. But then I remembered she has that close friends story thing, and I'm not on it, apparently. So I asked Trevor to ask his girlfriend Mia to check. Mia and Natasha follow each other, run in similar circles. 15 minutes later, Trevor calls me. "Dude, you need to see this." Mia sent screenshots, Natasha's close friend's story from an hour ago. Her at the event with text overlay. "When he thinks you're sick, but you're securing option B." Another story. "Ladies always have a backup man. Your boyfriend should never be your only option. Competition keeps them interested." And the finale, a boomerang of her clinking glasses with some guy. Caption: "Auditioning replacements is exhausting work." I sat there staring at my phone for probably 10 minutes. This woman really posted that she's actively dating other men, to her close friends, which includes multiple people who know me. But here's where it gets interesting. Mia, absolute legend that she is, did some digging. The event was for some CBD wellness brand launch. Public event. She found the Eventbrite page, and guess what? The venue was the restaurant literally next door to the steakhouse where we had reservations. Then Mia found something else. The guy in the boomerang? She recognized him. Bryce something. Works in medical device sales, and according to his LinkedIn, Mia went full detective. He'd been commenting on Natasha's posts for months. Professional stuff, but lots of great insights and couldn't agree more energy. Saturday rolls around. I still haven't contacted Natasha. She texts me around noon. "Feeling better? Dinner tonight? That Italian place?" I respond, "Actually, I managed to get us reservations at that steakhouse again. 7 p.m.? OMG, yes, you're the best." Now here's what she doesn't know. I did make a reservation, for one, at the table directly next to where we usually sit. And I made another discovery. Bryce posted on his Twitter. Dude's got like 12 followers. "Saturday dinner date at the best steakhouse in town. Time to impress." So I did something petty. Maybe genius. Definitely satisfying. I arrived at 6:45. Told the hostess I was expecting someone but to seat me now. Got my table. Perfect view of their table. Ordered a whiskey, opened my Kindle, and waited. 7:05, Natasha walks in, sees me immediately. Her face cycles through about 6 different emotions, settles on forced casual. "Jake? What are you doing here?" "Waiting for you." "You said 7? I thought you meant..." I must have mixed up the times. "I'm actually meeting a client, on Saturday night. It happens, you know how sales is." "Totally get it. I'll just wait here then. We can have dessert after?" The panic in her eyes. "Delicious." "No, I mean it could run long. You should just go home." Nah, I already ordered an appetizer. Plus, I brought my book. She's literally frozen, then her phone buzzes. She glances at it. I need to use the restroom. She practically runs. 2 minutes later, Bryce walks in. Tall guy, too much cologne, looks around confused. The hostess points to the reserved table. Right next to mine, he sits down. We make eye contact. I smile. Waiting for someone? I ask. Yeah, my girlfriend. He actually said girlfriend. Bold. Nice. How long you been together? About 3 months. You? 3 months. Just over a year with mine. She's in the bathroom actually. We're chatting about random stuff, sports, the menu, when Natasha returns. She sees us talking. I swear she considered leaving right then. Babe, I say cheerfully. Sorry, didn't catch your name. Bryce. Bryce, he's waiting for his girlfriend too. Small world. Natasha looks like she might vomit. Sits down across from me. Bryce is checking his phone, clearly wondering where his date is. You know what? I say. Since we're all here, why don't we just make it a double date? When your girlfriend arrives, Bryce? She should be here any minute, said she was parking. I look at Natasha. You okay? You look pale. Food poisoning still bothering you? I need to make a call. She gets up again. Bryce's phone immediately rings. He frowns at the screen, excuses himself to answer. I hear him in the lobby. What do you mean you're sick? I'm already here. He comes back, frustrated. Everything okay? I ask. My girlfriend just canceled, says she's sick, food poisoning. On a Saturday night? That's rough. When did she tell you she was sick? Just now. We confirmed this morning. Weird. My girlfriend had food poisoning Thursday. Must be something going around. Natasha returns again, makeup slightly smudged. Forced smile. My client had to cancel. What a coincidence. Bryce's girlfriend just canceled too. Food poisoning. The way Bryce's head snapped to look at Natasha, the way her eyes went wide, the way he slowly put it together. Natasha? His voice flat. Bryce, what are you doing here? I was meeting my girlfriend. I stood up, pulled out my wallet, left $40 on the table. You know what? I just remembered. I'm actually feeling a bit sick myself. You two should stay though. Seems like you have a lot to discuss. Walked out. Behind me, I heard Bryce's voice rising. 3 months, Natasha? You said you were single. Update 1. The fallout has been extensive. Within an hour of me leaving the restaurant, my phone exploded. Not just texts from Natasha, from her friends, her sister, even her roommate Celia. All variations of, how could you do that to her? Do what? Show up to a restaurant? Have a conversation with a stranger? Leave when I felt sick? Natasha's texts evolved through the 5 stages of grief in real time. Denial. That wasn't what it looked like. Anger. You set me up. You're psycho. Bargaining. Can we please just talk? Depression. I ruined everything, didn't I? Acceptance. Hasn't arrived at this station yet. But the best part? Remember those close friend stories? Well, Bryce saw them. Mia. Wonderful Mia. Made sure of that. She sent him screenshots after he posted on his Twitter, now deleted, about dating frauds who play games. He forwarded them to me with a message. Bro, we both dodged a bullet. Wanna grab a beer? Actually met up with him yesterday. Decent guy, just a bit dense. He showed me their text threads. She'd been playing him for 3 months. Telling him she was taking things slow after a bad breakup, that she wasn't ready for labels, but they were exclusive. Meanwhile, she's introducing me to her parents. But here's where Natasha's entitlement really shines. After I blocked her on everything, she showed up at my apartment, not to apologize, to demand I fix this mess. You humiliated me. You humiliated yourself. Bryce won't talk to me. This is your fault. You were dating both of us. How is that my fault? I wasn't dating him. We were just exploring options. For 3 months. You don't understand how hard dating is for women. We need backups. Backups, like I'm a data file. Then she said something that still makes my blood boil. You were never supposed to find out. It didn't affect you. I chose you most of the time. Most of the time. I asked her to leave. She refused. Said we needed to work through this. Said I was overreacting. Said her mother thinks I'm being dramatic. Her mother. She told her mother her version, apparently. Where I stalked her to a restaurant and caused a scene. I calmly pulled out my phone and played a voice memo. See, when she was bathroom hopping at the restaurant, I hit record. Got the whole conversation with Bryce, including the part where he mentioned they'd been together 3 months, including her face when she realized she was caught. You recorded me without consent? One-party consent state, completely legal. She tried to grab my phone. I stepped back. Leave, or I call building security. She left, but not before telling me I'd regret this and that she had plenty of options. Cool. Good luck with those options. Update 2: Natasha went nuclear. Started with an Instagram post, a selfie of her crying. Caption: when you find out the person you loved is a manipulative stalker who entraps you for his ego. 67 likes. Dozens of comments about how strong she is, how she deserves better, her echo chamber working overtime. Except Bryce commented, "Entrapment? You were dating both of us. For months." She deleted his comment. He posted screenshots on his own feed, tagged her. Then came the smear campaign. She told mutual friends I was abusive, that I controlled her, that I monitored her social media with fake accounts. Trevor shut that down real quick in our group chat. Jake didn't even know you had close friend stories until I told him. Also, you literally posted about having backup boyfriends. But here's where she really messed up. Remember how she works in pharmaceutical sales? Well, she decided to post on LinkedIn about surviving a toxic relationship and the importance of female empowerment in dating. Her boss saw it. Her boss, who follows me because I designed his company's database 2 years ago. He called me. "Jake, what the hell is Natasha posting about?" I sent him the screenshots, all of them. Her close friend stories about securing option B. The texts where she admitted to dating multiple people. The timeline showing she'd been with Bryce for 3 months. Jesus Christ, she's using company time for these dates, isn't she? I hadn't even considered that. But looking at the timestamps, yeah. Several of her dates with Bryce were during client meetings she'd expensed. He thanked me and hung up. 2 days later, Natasha calls from an unknown number, sobbing. "I got put on performance review. This is your fault. You posted on LinkedIn. I didn't make you do that. You sent my boss those screenshots." He asked, "Was I supposed to lie?" "Yes, you were supposed to protect me. Like you protected our relationship." She hung up, but the entitlement wasn't done. Her roommate Celia reached out, wanted to mediate a reconciliation. "She's really sorry, Jake." "For what specifically?" "For, everything." "No, I want to hear what she thinks she did wrong." Celia conferences Natasha in. I put it on speaker and start recording, told them I was. Natasha's version of an apology. "I'm sorry you felt hurt by my actions. I was just trying to keep my options open, which is normal. Bryce meant nothing. You were always my primary choice." Primary choice. That's not an apology, Natasha. What do you want me to say? How about "I'm sorry for lying to you for 3 months, cheating with another man, publicly humiliating our relationship on social media, and then trying to gaslight you when caught?" I wasn't cheating. We never defined exclusivity. I laughed. Actually laughed. We've been exclusive for a year. You met my parents, we talked about moving in together. That doesn't mean I can't explore other options. Celia, to her credit, Natasha, that's literally what exclusive means. The call ended with Natasha screaming that we were ganging up on her. Final update, it's done. Finally, completely done. After the LinkedIn incident, Natasha lost her job. Not fired, but encouraged to resign. Turns out she'd been expensing a lot of personal meals as client dinners. Bryce wasn't the only one. Her boss found at least 6 different client meetings that were clearly dates based on her social media posts from those same nights. She tried to file for unemployment, got denied because she resigned. Tried to claim it was forced. They had documentation of expense fraud. Her backup plan was to move back with her parents, except her dad saw Bryce's Instagram posts. See, Natasha had told her parents Bryce was a stalker who wouldn't leave her alone. Her dad threatened to call the police on him. Bryce sent him the receipts. All of them. 3 months of texts, dates, her telling him she loved him. Her dad called me, apologized, said he raised her better than this, offered to pay me back for the birthday dress I'd bought her. I declined, told him to use that money for her therapy. Speaking of therapy, remember those plenty of options she bragged about? They evaporated. Bryce made sure of that. He created a group chat with 4 other guys she'd been stringing along. 4. They compared notes, timelines, lies she'd told each of them. One guy, Carlos, had been her backup for 6 months. Thought they were building something slow and meaningful. Another, Dimitri, she'd met at a conference and had been doing long-distance emotional manipulation with. Video calls, good morning texts, the works. While living with me in everything but name. They all compared screenshots, made a timeline. It was genuinely impressive in its scope. Girl was running a whole relationship management system. Last week, she sent me a final email from a new address. Jake, I know you hate me, I understand. I've lost everything. My job, my apartment. Celia kicked me out, my reputation. Even my parents are disgusted with me. I'm writing to say I'm starting therapy. Real therapy. Not the kind I was pretending to go to while meeting Dimitri. You didn't deserve what I did. Neither did Bryce or the others. I got caught up in this toxic mindset from dating coaches online about never giving men full access and always keep them competing. I see now how sick that was. I'm moving to live with my aunt in another state. Starting over. I won't contact you again. I'm sorry. Really sorry. Not sorry I got caught. Sorry I became this person. Natasha. I didn't respond. What was there to say? Bryce and I still grab beers occasionally. He's dating someone new. Shows her my contact in his phone, tells the story of how we met. It's become a weird conversation starter for him. Me? I'm taking a break from dating. Learned a lot though. 1. Trust your gut when something feels off. 2. If they hide you from their close friends' stories, you're not that close. 3. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. 4. Food poisoning on date night is sus. 5. Always be nice to restaurant staff. That hostess who seated me next to their table, she knew exactly what she was doing. Saw the whole thing unfold. Compete my whiskey. The petty part of me loves that her ladies always have a backup man. Post is still floating around as a meme in our extended friend group. Someone made it into a reaction gif. The mature part of me is just glad I found out at 14 months instead of 14 years. And Natasha? Last I heard from Celia, she's working at her aunt's flower shop, dating apps deleted, trying to figure out who she is when she's not juggling multiple men. Guess she finally ran out of backups.